Why did you pick Pixar? Not because it was a Steve Jobs Apple play, but surely what's the story here?
Well, Pixar changed the entire industry of animation, well, at least in the US animation. For those from Japan, Japanese animation, let's keep that out of the picture. It's a completely different animal. But this one really tells the story. So out of curiosity, just a quick poll to everyone, think yourself, how many of you have children? Hands up, right? How many of you have seen Pixar? Very good, right? Seen the first Toy Story, right? Now the question is, what did Pixar do with Toy Story that changed the entire industry? Most people say they use a new technology, CGI, which is true. Computer-generated images, graphics, CGI, the computer graphics interface, and they married the new technology with old technology, great use of technology to create realistic images. But the one thing that I realized that really truly innovative was this. Pixar realized that no child goes to the cinema by themselves. Every parent will know whenever a new animation comes out, they'll come up to you, Mom, Papa, I want to go see a new movie. And you're like, what? All right. Dads will even say, right, this is a great time to go take a nap. Right? You go into any of these movies, the adults are all bored, they're falling asleep, you hear people snoring, the kids are laughing. And that's what Pixar realized. No child goes to the cinema by themselves, which means the animation movie was designed to entertain only half the audience. What do you do with the other audience, the other half? Right? So they asked themselves, how might we reinvent or innovate on the animation movie so that we can entertain children and adults at the same time? And therein lies Pixar or Toy Story, the very first animation movie that did that, right? It is a great movie, and you just notice one thing, it had nothing to do with technology. It had everything to do with the human experience of going to the cinema to watch an animation movie. And that changed the landscape. Today, if you want to compete with Pixar, your movie has to entertain both children and adults at the same time. And that's why I always talk about Pixar. And I think this is a great example of
do
how
a lot of people tend to think Pixar is a technology play when they talk about the innovation? Like they don't understand that it's the storytelling part, right?
I think so, but Kapil, you're more of you're closer to this world than I am.
No, you know what I would say is actually, you know, what you bring up, the point you bring up is looking at your customer value chain. So after I left Apple, I came to Intel to design purpose-built tablet for kids in emerging countries. And these are the ones that are deployed in government schools. And when I was doing that, I realized that you're not just designing that thing for the kid, you're designing it for the kid, kid's parents, kid's teacher, kid's principal, administration, and the Ministry of Education. So there are so many stakeholders and they want so many different things.